Maestro Fiori Liberi divides guards into three groups: Stabile, Instabile and Pulsativa. Hello HEMA friends and welcome to this new video. Today we're going through the concepts of Stabile, Instabile and Pulsativa. There is no description of these three categories, so as usual I'll give you my interpretation of them, following my usual method based on function and application. But first of all, let's translate these three words to better understand their meaning. Stabile and instabile do not require a lot of effort, actually. They simply mean stable and unstable, as you probably already guessed. Pulsativa, on the other hand, is slightly different. A modern direct translation would be pulsating, like for a pulsating light, for instance, or the rhythmic beat of the heart. Pulsare in modern Italian may be used to describe something full of life, full of vigor or in constant movement, and of course, a rhythmic sound. If we go through the old meanings, we may reach even Latin, and for pulsatio, we may find pushing, striking, beating, and knocking at the door. In Virgil, for instance, we find the phrase pulsabant ariete muros, which imply attacking but also beating, hitting, knocking to an extent, in this case using a ram to attack a wall. But we also find nervo pulsante sagite, which basically means arrows thrown by a string. Triangulating all these meanings with my experience while using this kind of guards, I would say that pulsating, beating, attacking may definitely fit the case, and that throwing and full of vigor may also be relatable to an extent, in a more figurative manner, of course. If I had to sum up what all these meanings together make me think about, I would use the word dynamic, probably. Stable can't be dynamic, while unstable is dynamic, but it is forced to this condition because of some motivations that we will see. Pulsativa seems to sit in between stabile and instabile. It describes something dynamic, but not in a negative way, let's say, as for the unstable guards. So let's say that we have stable guards, unstable guards, and pulsating/dynamic guards. Why they are divided in this way, and what these terms mean in a practical way. Let's start by stable. Stable guards share a pretty important quality. Whoever attacks them feels a certain level of uncertainty when it comes to land a direct, safe attack against them. Be it denti di cinghiale, coda longa, porta di ferro mezzana, or even breve, it's hard to control the opponent weapon in a safe enough way while attacking directly. Opposing the opponent attack line feels uncertain at best, and the risk for a counterattack or an unpleasant double is there all the time. That's precisely what makes these poste stable. It isn't their ability to defend in a good way, but instead it's about the deterrence they project on the opponent by making him feel uncertain and more cautious in the approach. Unstable is, as you can imagine, the opposite. Unstable guards tend to greatly expose our upper limbs. Using these guards before or during the fight is indeed a good thing. They are part of the system, after all. But sitting into them for too much time is a problem, as the deterrence effect they give to the opponent is pretty low, and mainly related to a dynamic act rather than a static positioning. For instance, thrusting into longa to keep someone at bay is okay, but leaving the hands there for too much time after it's not. So unstable guards are dead guards which by nature can't deter an attack due to their positioning. They tend to be part of motions in most of the cases, and if kept for too long, they increase the certainty of the opponent in regards of what is the best plan to get us in a safe way. Dynamic or pulsating guards seem to be slightly different. These guards sit in the middle while talking about the parameter we have just analyzed. They do project some deterrence, but not too much. Their attack lines are far easier to predict or oppose if compared to the ones of stable guards, but at the same time they don't offer easy targets as the unstable ones. Besides this, what distinguishes the most pulsating guards from the others is their striking and beating power. That's why, in my opinion, the word pulsare was the term of choice, to define them, actually. This beating power needs to be read in fewer terms, though, not in a modern one, so both in a defensive and offensive way at the same time. So guards called the Pulsative are powerful striking guards with both the ability to attack and defend, which do not project too much deterrence while sitting in them for too much time. It is important to specify that stable, unstable and pulsating aren't necessarily related to being only defensive or offensive per se, as all the guards are part of an organic system of movement. They simply underline their peculiar qualities. You can organize an attack from a stable guard, or you can sit in an unstable one for a little bit more, if your plan asks for it. You can sit in a Pulsativa and wait for the opponent attack to lure the opponent attack into your invitation. Actually, fewer advices for it in a specific guard, Porta di Ferro, which is Pulsativa, but great to wait for the opponent attack. What's important about these categories is to remember certain overall qualities of certain groups of guards. Some of them are better to deter the opponent attacks, and some are worse for it. Some of them are in the middle, and precisely because of this are the most versatile and useful actually. But that's it, there is not a lot of magic as for many other things in the manual. That's my opinion, and my interpretation, of course. Very good people, I hope you will find this video useful in some ways. Thanks for watching as always. Remember to check my Patreon, link in the description if you want to see more of my contents and if you want to support me and the channel. Thanks for watching again and see you next time.